Hello students, let us start our continuation of our previous session. Today we are going to discuss the mathematics questions, both part 1 and part 2, and the session will continue till 10:30 p.m. So I am going to discuss one by one questions. So let me put the first question here. So if you look into the first question, a student notices that the roots of the equation x square plus bx plus a equal to 0 are each one less than the roots of the equation x square plus ax plus b equal to 0. Under this condition, what is the value of a plus b? So let us consider the first equation. That what is the first equation is x square so let me use a different color pen. So if you use the first equation is x square plus bx plus a equal to 0. Let us consider that it has roots alpha and beta. Then by means of the relationship between roots and coefficients, what we can consider, where we can conclude alpha plus beta is equal to minus b and alpha into beta is equal to a. Now the second equation, that is x square plus ax plus b equal to 0, it will have roots alpha plus 1 and beta plus 1 based on the condition, right? So that means what we get, alpha plus 1 plus beta plus 1 is equal to minus a. So and what we get, alpha plus 1 into beta plus 1 is equal to b. Now alpha plus 1 plus beta plus 1 is equal to minus a. Alpha plus 1 plus beta plus 1 is equal to minus a. This implies alpha plus beta plus 2 is equal to minus a. Alpha plus beta plus 2 is equal to minus a. So this implies, now what is alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta equal to minus b, as we have derived earlier. So minus b plus 2 is equal to minus a. And from there we can get b minus a equal to 2. So we get b minus a is equal to 2. And let's give this as equation 1. Now let's come to the second part, that is alpha plus 1 into beta plus 1 is equal to b. So this implies alpha into beta plus alpha plus beta plus 1 is equal to b. Now we know alpha into beta equal to a and alpha plus beta equal to minus b plus 1 is equal to b. So from here we get 2b minus a is equal to 1. This implies 2b minus a is equal to 1, and let us give this as equation number 2. Now if we solve equation 1 and 2, we will get the value of a equal to minus 3 and b equal to minus 1. By solving, I am not solving here because it is quite straightforward, the above equations. 1 and 2, we get A is equal to -3 and B is equal to -1. Now, according to the question, we are supposed to find the value of A plus B, and so that implies A plus B is equal to -4, and we get the correct option as C. So, this question is, based on the concept of class 10, quadratic equation, the roots and the relationship between the roots and the coefficient. Now let's proceed for the second question. In the second question, it is given that if x, y are real numbers such that 3 power x by y plus 1 minus 3 power x by y minus 1 is equal to 24, then what is the value of x plus y by x minus y? Okay, so this needs a kind of a algebraic simplification. So here it is, I am going to do. So it is 3 power, according to the question, 3 power x by y plus 1 minus 3 power x by y minus 1 is equal to 24. So we need to rearrange. We need to make this thing in terms of x by y. So what we can write? So this implies 3 power x by y into 3 minus 3 power x by y into 1 by 3, because 3 power minus 1, correct? So this is equal to 24. So now let's take 3 power x by y common. Now if we take 3 power x by y common, this implies 3 power x by y into 3 minus 1 by 3 is equal to 24. This implies 3 power x by y, 3 minus 1 by 3, that is equal to nothing but 8 by 3 into 8 by 3 is equal to 24. This implies 3 power x by y is equal to 3 square. So by means of the laws of indices, we can conclude x by y is equal to 2. That means 2 by 1. But what we need to find? We need to find the value of x plus y by x minus y. And to do that, we need to use the concept of componendo dividendo. What is componendo dividendo? Those who are not aware of componendo or dividendo, I can explain the little bit of theory about it. It's like that. If a by b is equal to c by d, this implies a plus b divided by a minus b is equal to c plus d divided by c minus d. This is known as componendo dividendo. This is the underlying theory, and this theory of basic algebra. And if we use this concept here, then we are going to get the value of x plus y divided by x minus y is equal to 2 plus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. This implies x plus y divided by x minus y is equal to 3. So we get the correct option as D. So we get correct option as D. Yeah, that also you can. I got a question from Pratik that whether you can write x equal to 2y, and then also you can do. If x plus then x equal to 2y, that also you can do definitely. But this is more straightforward approach. If you do not know componendo dividendo, then you can apply whatever you wrote. I hope things are clear. Then you can proceed to the next question, the question number 3. This question is a test of your understanding about the sequences and series and linear inequalities. So let's see how we can proceed with this one. According to the question, the number of positive integers in the set 1, 2, 3 up to 100, that means it is the set of first 100 natural numbers for which the number means it is an expression, by the way, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to n square by 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n, then it has to be, that expression has to be an integer. So if we simplify, first we need to simplify. So let x is equal to 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus n square divided by 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus up to n. Now this implies x is equal to the sum up to the first squares, sum of the squares of the first n natural number. There is a formula. This is equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6, and denominator is the sum of the first n natural numbers, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. And from here what we get, x is equal to 2n plus 1 by 3. 2n plus 1 divided by 3, since n into n plus 1 cannot be equal to 0. So from here what we can get, from here we get n is equal to 3 into x minus 1 by 2. 3 into x minus 1 by 2. Now what is the value of n? The value of n from 1 to 100. So that means what? We can write 1 less than equal to n less than equal to 100. So this implies 1 so this implies 1 less than equal to 3x minus 1 by 2 is less than equal to 100. From there we get 2 is less than equal to 3x minus 1 less than equal to 200. So this implies 3 is less than equal to 3x less than equal to 201. This implies, now we divide it by 3, 1 less than equal to x less than equal to, we get 67. Now, one thing we should notice from here is that x has to be an integer. Not only that, x has to be an odd integer. How come we know that x has to be an odd integer? Because if you look into this expression, x is equal to 2n plus 1 by 3. If you look into this expression, x is equal to 2n plus 1 by 3, then obviously that the value of, that x has to be an odd number, correct? Because 2n plus 1, we can write 3 into x, correct? So then from there, so how many odd numbers possible between 1 and 67? So number of odd number possible between 1 and 67 is 34. Okay, so what we conclude is that in addition 1 less than equal to x less than equal to 67, then another thing has to be happen, that x is odd. X is odd. So how many such number possible? Okay, so we get, there are 34 such number possible, correct? This implies 34 such numbers possible, and we get the correct option as B. Okay, I hope all of you got this question clearly, and we can proceed to the next question. In the next question, the three different face diagonals of a cuboid, okay, have length 39, 40 and 41. So if we assume the the length of the sides of the cuboid as A, B and C, okay, so that means what? If we assume, if I draw the cuboid here, so that means suppose this is A, this is B, and this is C. Now there are three, the face diagonals. What are the face diagonals? The face diagonals are, if I draw it in different color, these are the face diagonals. So one face diagonal is that this one, what I draw in blue color. Another face diagonal is this one, and another face diagonal is this one. Sorry, this is another face diagonal. So these are the values are given as 39, 40 and 41 respectively. So from the fundamentals of the Pythagoras theorem to find the diagonals of a rectangle, what we found is that it is given according to the question, a square plus b square is equal to 39. This we can give as equation number 1. Then square root of b square plus c square is given as 40, and that we can give as equation number 2, and square root of c square plus a square is given as 41, and that we can give as equation number 3. So these are the three equations we form from the given statement in the question. Now from that question, what we are going to find? The length of the main diagonal. The length of the main diagonal. What is the length of the main diagonal? Length of the main diagonal is equal to what? Is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus c square. Now here the question just belongs to the algebraic simplification or algebraic manipulation, the way you want to consider. There are three equations given: square root of a square plus b square equal to 39, square root of b square plus c square is equal to 40, square root of c square plus a square is equal to 41. And from these three equations, you need to find the value of square root of a square plus b square plus c square. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. How to find this one? Okay. Let's see. Now, we are going to make the square of each of the equations 1, 2, 3 and add. By squaring and adding, equations 1, 2 and 3, we get what we get: a square plus b square plus b square plus c square plus c square plus a square is equal to 39 square plus 40 square plus 41 square. So if we simplify, this implies 2 into a square plus b square plus c square is equal to 4802. This implies a square plus b square plus c square is equal to 2401, and from there we get the value. If we simplify, square root of a square plus b square plus c square is equal to plus minus 49, but square root of a square plus b square plus c square cannot be less than 0. So the acceptable value of square root of a square plus b square plus c square is 49, and we get the correct option as A. I hope things are clear, and we can proceed to the next question. In the next question, it is given the sides of a triangle ABC are positive integers. Very important statement. Sometimes we overlook these basic fundamental conditions given. Are positive integers. Always emphasize, because in KVPY this, and it's true for IIT JEE main and advanced as well, because there are lot of dependencies on these words: positive integers. Okay, the smallest side has length 1. Which of the following statement is true? So the way we can do it here is that, so let us draw the triangle. So suppose this is length 1 and suppose this is length B and this is length C. Okay, so we are taking, suppose A is equal to 1. So A, B and C, where A is equal to 1, and we know, very fundamental, that's why KVPY is so important, because, to crack KVPY, your fundamental has to be really rock solid, and it all depends on fundamentals and the concept of irrational numbers. So we know the fundamentally the sum of the two length of the two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. So from there what we can get? We get 1 plus B is greater than C. Now 1 plus B greater than C, from here what we can write? C minus B is less than 1. And also we can write 1 plus C is greater than B. This implies B minus C is less than 1. Now C minus B, so from here what we get? We get B minus C is greater than minus 1, and this implies B minus C is less than 1. So if we combine these two, so what we are going to get? We are going to get minus 1 less than B minus C is less than 1. Now B and C are positive integers, right? Now so this is from here what we can conclude, that 1 less than B less than, minus 1 less than B minus C less than 1. From here we can conclude that B minus C has to be equal to 0, as B and C are positive integers. So B minus C is equal to 0. This implies B is equal to C. Now we need to apply Heron's formula to find the area of the triangle, because we need to find the area and then the perimeter, and from there we make a conclusion. Okay, let's find the and the perimeter. So what is perimeter? Okay, the perimeter is equal to 1 plus B plus C, that is equal to 1 plus C is equal to B, so 1 plus 2 into B. 1 plus 2 into B is always an odd integer. So the perimeter of ABC is an even integer. That option cannot be true. Okay, now we need to consider about the areas. If areas also we are not able to conclude, then we need to see whether the conditions are sufficient or not. But let's see. So now what is semi-perimeter? So as we get the perimeter is equal to 1 plus 2b, then semi-perimeter is denoted by S, that is equal to 1 plus 2b by 2. So that implies we can write b plus 1 by 2. So now what is area? Let's first find the area. Area A is equal to square root of, we know the perimeter into that formula, that is b plus 1 by 2 into b plus 1 by 2 minus b into b plus 1 by 2 minus C into B plus 1 by 2 minus 1. That is the value of area. So from here, what do we get? A is equal to square root of B plus 1 by 2. Now B and B got cancelled, so it is 1 by 2. And you know, as B is equal to C, so this and this will also get cancelled. So then this is also 1 by 2. And then it becomes B minus 1 by 2. So from here we get the value of A is equal to 1 by 2 into square root of B square minus 1 by 4. So now B square minus 1 by 4, as B is an integer, positive integer, then B square minus 1 by 4 square root of that has to be an irrational number. Okay, so which is an irrational? So which is an irrational number. And from there we conclude that that option B is correct. I hope things are clear and we can proceed to the next question. Okay, so according to the next question, consider a square ABCD of side 12 and let M and N be the midpoints of AB and CD respectively. Take a point P on MN and let AP equal to R and PC equal to S. Then the area of the triangle whose sides are R, S and 12 are what? Let's find it out. This question is also based on the fundamentals of geometry. So let's first draw the square. Suppose this is a square and we give the name of the square as A, B, C and D. Now M and N be the midpoint, so of AB and DC respectively. So suppose this is M and this is N. Now as it is a square of side 12 units, so AM should be 6 and MB should be 6. Okay, now P is a point on MN. Suppose this is the point P. Okay, and let AP is equal to R. That means if we join this AP, this AP is equal to R and PC is equal to S. PC is equal to S. Fine. Now as and another point is that okay, these are the information which are given. From there we need to find the area of a triangle whose sides are R, S and 12. So 1 to S we found PC, another one is 12 is this BC, then which one is R? So if we join this thing, this also has to be R. It is all quite obvious, right? Why it is quite obvious? Because M is the midpoint. So if M is the midpoint, then any point on that should be equidistant from the two extreme points A and B. So that's why AP is equal to, if PA is equal to R, if PA equal to R, then obviously this implies that PB should also be equal to R. That means what? That means we are going to find, the area of the triangle PBC. So we need to find the area of the triangle PBC. What is that area? That we are going to find now. So how to find that area? Okay. So now let us take that triangle separately. If we take that triangle separately, and if we take this one, so this is P, and this is B, and this is C. So what is PB? PB is equal to R, PC is equal to S, and BC is equal to 12. So now let's draw a perpendicular. So what is the area of this triangle? Half into base into altitude. So if this is the perpendicular, and if the foot of the perpendicular, suppose we consider as MNOP, suppose PQ, let's consider this point is Q. So then, I'm sorry, this has to be Q, and this is the right angle. Now what is the value of PQ? The value of PQ has to be 6, because as M is the midpoint of AB, so MB is equal to 6, so obviously PQ also has to be 6. So PQ, what we get is that PQ is equal to MB is equal to 6. So what is the area of PBC then? Then area of PBC we are going to get is that half into base is BC, and into altitude is that PQ. That is half into BC. BC is equal to 12 into PQ. PQ is equal to 6. That is equal to 36 square units. So we get the correct option as B. Any doubt, please do let me know. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. That is question number 7. In this question, it is mentioned a cow is tied to a corner of a regular hexagonal fenced area of side A meters by a rope of length 5A by 2 meters in a grass field. So let us first visualize this question. If we visualize this question, first we need to draw a hexagon. Okay. So if you need to draw a hexagon, it should be something like this. That is a hexagon. Now let me use a different color. So what happened is that a rope of length 5A by 2. So that means this is the length of 5A by 2. Just a minute, I got little bit of problem here. Just let me remove and okay. So this is A. This is also A. This is also A, and as you know, all the sides are A. Now the rope is tied here. Suppose from this corner of 5a by 2. This length is 5a by 2. And then it has been the cow cannot graze inside the fenced area. That means inside that hexagon, a regular hexagon, that cow cannot graze. Then where it can graze? It can graze in any of this path. If you look into this, it can graze in this path. But how much it can go, that also you need to find. Okay, it may go like this. Okay, and similarly in that way also it can go, sorry, in that path also it can go something like this. So we need to find out any one of this area. So let me not consider this part. So if we find the area of this part, okay, and then we can multiply it by 2, then we can find the area of the uh, you know uh, the area of the grass field to which the cow has access to graze. Now to do this thing, as it is A, so let us draw one thing. Let us extend this line. Now if this is 5a by 2, this also has to be 5a by 2. So that means this has to be 3a by 2. Has to be 3a by 2. A plus 3a by 2 is 5a by 2. Now let's first find that area. So area means from here, if we consider this as P, then Q, then this R, then S. If we find the area of this portion PQRS, we need to know what is this angle. Now in a regular polygon, we know each of the interior angle is 180. This angle is 120 degree. Now if we draw this one, this has to be 60. This has to be 60. As this has to be 60, so this has to be 120 degrees. So what is the area of the region PQRS? The area of the region PQRS should be 120 divided by 360, okay, into pi r square. What is r? R is a a radius, that is 5a by 2, pi into 5a by 2 whole square. 5 into a by 2 whole square. That is the area of the region. 120 by 360 into pi into 5a by 2 whole square. So that we get the area of the region PQRS. Now what you need to find the another portion of the area of the region, So if we extend this one, so now as it is 3a by 2, so let's give this name as T. Suppose TS is 3a by 2. So as T, if you give that U, TU has to be 3a by 2. So that means as already is TUV, as TV is equal to A, so VU has to be A by 2. So that means we need to find the area of the region TSU. Suppose UVW, so we can give TSWV, that sectorial, uh, this sector area. So now we need to find the angle of this one. This angle has to be, 60 degree, because this angle is 120 degree. So it has to be 60 degree. So this angle has to be 60 degree. So what will be the area of that region? That should be 60 by 360 into pi into a. What is a here? 3a by 2. So 3a by 2 whole square, plus now we need to find the area of this region VU. Suppose ABWX, suppose we give this x. Okay, so that means VUX, suppose we give this y. So VUYX, this sector we need to find the area. So now what will be this angle? Again, as this angle is 120, interior angle of a regular hexagon, this has to be 60. So plus we get that area is equal to 60 by 360, 60 divided by 360 into pi into a by 2 whole square. So our entire area will be this, and it has to be multiplied by 2, because in the same region in the left hand side also the same area of the grass field will be access to the cow. So this is the required area. Now if we simplify this required area, and we will get something like this. Let's simplify it. So this will be equal to this is the required area. So if we find this is equal to, we can 2 pi by 3 you can take common. If we take 2 pi by 3, then we are left with 25 a square by 4, 25 into a square by 4, then we left with here as 9 a square by 8, and in the third term we'll get left with a square by 8. And if we make this thing, so this is equal to 2 pi by 3 into, we get 30 into a square divided by 4, and that is equal to 5 pi a square. So that is equal to 5 into pi into a square, and we get the correct option as A. This is a very good question. I really like, because this is a real test of a regular polygon, and how we make sure that different sectors. This is completely based on class 9 and 10 standard. I hope all of you are able to get this point. Now let's go to the next question. And the next question is, here it is, question number 8. A closed conical vessel. A closed conical vessel is filled with water fully and is placed with its vertex down. Now, by going through the first line, if we visualize, we get something like this. So, this is the Okay, this is the closed vessel, and let's assume this is the radius r, and we get h is the suppose height. Okay, then what is the area, what is the volume of this cone? So the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r square h, right? So volume is 1/3 pi r square h. So you can write it here. Volume is equal to 1/3 pi r square into h. Now what happened is that after 21 minutes, it was found that the height of the water column is half of the original height. That means, so after 21 minutes, the water, it comes like this. So this is the radius. So this becomes h by 2. This becomes h by 2. And the moment it is h by 2, you see both the triangles. What are the, so water is, by the way, water is, dripping like in this, in this, way. So suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. Suppose this is D and this is E. So if you see that BC is equal to R, so both the triangles ABC and ADE, both these two triangles are similar triangles. And from the properties of the similar triangles, we know that the corresponding sides are in equal proportion. So as it is B, that AC is equal to H and AE is equal to H by 2, then as BC is equal to R, then ED should be R by 2, correct? So then how much water has been flow, remove, actually flow out in 21 minutes. That is the rate of outflow of water. Okay, so this is equal to, so 1/3, it is pi into r square into h minus 1 by 3 into pi into r become r by 2, r by 2 whole square into h by 2. So that much of liquid, has that much of water has been actually you know outflowed in 21 minutes. So this is equal to what? This, if we simplify, if we take 1 by 3 common, and then we get this is equal to pi r square into h. If we take common, pi into r square into h, if we take common, then it becomes 1 minus 1 by 8. That is equal to 7 by 8. So that is equal to 7 pi into r square into h divided by 3 into 8. So that much of water has been, uh, uh, has been, uh, you know, flowed out of this conical vessel in 21 minutes. So, so in, so what we see is that a rate of outflow of water, a rate of outflow of water, so 7 pi r square into h divided by 3 into 8, that much of um, water outflowed in 21 minutes. All we need to find is that in how much time it will take to outflow that 1 by 3 into pi r square h. So that implies 1 by 3 into pi into r square into, sorry, pi into r square into h. This much of water outflowed in 21 into 8 by 7. 21 into 8 by, okay, by 7 minutes. But how much water is still remaining? So the amount of water is remaining is, the volume of the lower portion of this in the smaller cone. That volume is 1 by 3 into pi into r square. That means r by 2 whole square into h by 2. That is equal to 1 by 3 into pi into r square into h into 1 by 8. That implies, pi into r square into h divided by 3 into 8 water outflowed in 21 into 8 by 7 into 8 minutes. So 8 got cancelled, 7 and 20 got can cancel 3. So this is equal to 3 minutes. And we get the correct option as D. I hope this is clear to you, and we can proceed to the next question, that is question number 9. Question number 9 says that I carried 1000 kg of watermelon in summer by train. In the beginning, the water content was 99%. By the time I reached the destination, the water content has dropped to 98%. The reduction in the weight of the watermelon was what? So that means if we take that entire watermelon, that is, suppose this is the entire watermelon, okay. So this watermelon contains, what is the weight? Its weight is 1000 kg. And it contains what? It contains water and the solid. So how much is water? So this is equal, this contains 99% of 1000 kg. 99% of 1000 kg. This contains as water, plus then what is the another percent? 1% of 1000 kg that contains the solid. So that is the case. Now in the destination, what happens? This is not 1000 kg now. This has reduced. Suppose this becomes x kg. So out of this x kg, what is that? Water. Water is 98% of x kg. So 98% of x kg, that is now the water. So then what is the remaining part? The 2% of x kg, that is now solid. Now interesting thing is that in the entire reduction, one thing is constant, that is the solid. Whatever you see, that 1% of 1000 kg of solid, that is equal to the 2% of x kg of solid, because solid remains the same, only water part has been removed, actually being reduced. So what we can conclude? We can conclude 2% of x is equal to 1% of 1000. So what is 2% of x? Is equal to 2 into x by 100. So that is equal to, what is 1% of 1000? 1% of 1000 is equal to 10. So from here what we get? We get the value of x is equal to 500. So x is equal to 500, but what we need to find? We need to find the reduction in the weight in the watermelon. That means we need to find the value of 1000 minus x. So 1000 minus x is our required answer. So as x is equal to 500, then 1000 minus x, that should also be is equal to 500. Okay, and this is our answer, and we get 500. That is option D as the correct option. Please do let me know if you have any confusion in this question. If not, we can proceed to the next question. With all the questions of part 1, now we can proceed with the part 2 questions, and let's look into the first question in part 2. So in a triangle ABC, D and E are points on AB, AC respectively, such that DE is parallel to BC. Let us draw the triangle first, so that it will be helpful to us to understand and to make the visual representation effectively. So let's first draw the triangle first. Suppose this is A, this is B, and this is C. AB, D and E are points on AB and AC respectively. So there is a point D here, and there is a, so DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC such that, suppose BE, okay, this is given, DE is parallel to BC. So this is given that DE is parallel to BC. Suppose BE CD intersect at O. BE and CD, so if we join BE and if we join CD, sorry, so they are intersect at the point O. If the areas of the rectangles ADE, this area of the triangle, and ODE are 3:1. So this ADE is 3 and ODE is 1. Okay. Then find the area of the triangle ABC with justification, because it is the 5-mark questions. Okay, so we need to give a justification. So let us assume few things, is that let's assume the area of OBD BX, then area of OE EC, that should also be x. Obvious, because these two triangles are equal in area, so let's assume this as x. And let's take the area of the triangle BOC be T, for example. So according to the question, what we are going to find, the area of the triangle ABC. So that means area of the triangle ABC. So we get area, we can write it here. We need to find area of the triangle. So let's assume that area of a triangle ABC is denoted within the square bracket. So that is equal to what? That is equal to 3. That is the area of the triangle ADE. Sorry, plus 1, which is the area of the triangle ODE, plus x, which is the area of the triangle OBD, plus x, which is the area of the triangle OCE, plus t, which is the area of the triangle OBC. So this implies that we are going to find ABC, that is equal to 4 plus 2x plus t. That we are going to find. We need to find this one. Now there is a fundamental principle, and that we need to apply, is that the ratio of the areas of two triangles having equal altitudes is the same as the ratio of their respective bases. Let me write it down. This is the fundamentals of area related to area of the triangle, and let me write it down. And so is that the ratio of areas of two triangles, the ratio of areas of two triangles having equal altitudes is the same as the ratio of their respective bases. Okay, so this is the underlying principle which we need to apply to solve this question. So if we apply this one, the ratio of the areas of the two triangles, okay, having equal altitudes. So if we take the ratio of the areas, one is x and one is 1. So x by 1 is what? X is the area of the triangle BOD, and what is the altitude here? Is that altitude is that BO, okay, and so that should be equal to BO, and that is equal to BO by, it will be OE, because OE is the other altitude, other base, I'm sorry, the other base, because altitude has to be same. So that should also be equal to, if you look at it, that should also be equal to T by X. Why it will be equal to T by X? Because if you look into the BO, okay, and OE, so T is what? T is the area of the triangle OBC, and here if we consider OB as the base, OB as the base, and then we get the other, OB is the base of the triangle OBC, then the altitude has to be equal to the other triangle, that is equal to OEC, where the base is OE, because that is the case only where the altitude of the two triangles BOC and OEC has to be equal. So from there, what we get the value? We get the value. So this implies t is equal to x square. So now ADE and ABC, okay, are similar. Obviously, because DE is parallel to BC, these two triangles are similar. And from the rule of the similarity of triangles is that the ratio of the area of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of the corresponding sides. From this principle, what we can write is that, we can write it here, the area of the triangle ADE, divided by area of the triangle ABC should be equal to that, DE square divided by BC square, and that should also be equal to the area of the triangle ODE divided by area of the triangle OBC. Okay, so from there what we can conclude? We can conclude is that what is the area of the triangle ADE, that is 3, divided by what is the area of the triangle ABC, that is 4 plus 2x plus t, that is equal to what is the area of the triangle ODE, that is 1, and what is the area of the triangle OBC is equal to t. So if we simplify this one, so then we get what? We get 4 plus 2x plus t is equal to 3t. So that implies t is equal to x plus 2. Now we already found that t is equal to x square. So that means x square is equal to x plus 2. And if we simplify further, x square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. And from here you get x minus 2. Okay. No, it will be 3t only. Why it will be t square? Because OBC is given as t, na? So x minus 2 into x plus 1.
Sir, it's BC square now, sir.
No, BC is not t. It is the OBC, area of the triangle OBC. Area of the triangle ODE is 1 square unit, and area of the triangle OBC is t square unit. We are not considering t square by BC square. BC is not t. It is the area of the triangle.
Sir, but isn't the area of triangle OD and OBC same as the congruent?
Sorry, come again once more, please.
Sir, can we say that area of triangle OD and OBC are same as their congruent?
OD,
E and OBC.
OBC and OD, no, they are not congruent. They are similar, but they are not congruent.
Sir, D is parallel to BC.
Exactly. How come they become congruent?
So angle DOE is equal to angle BOC.
Correct. That is the condition. Congruent means what? They have to be exactly same. Can you superimpose that triangle ODE on OBC? Certainly not. But if you extend that ODE, then it will become OBC. And when you extend and make it, that is called similar, not congruent. Correct? Congruent means when they are exactly same, when you can superimpose. For example, congruency of circles. One 1 rupee coin and one 5 rupee coin, they are not congruent. They are similar. But if you take two 1 rupee coins, then they are congruent and hence they are similar as well. Okay, so now let's proceed. So here we get x is equal to, from here we get x is equal to 2 and x is equal to -1. But x is equal to -1 is not an acceptable solution. So what we get? We get the value of x is equal to 2. So from here we get the value of x is equal to 2. The moment x is equal to 2, then from here we get the value of t is equal to x square, that is 4. So x is equal to 2 and t is equal to 4. We apply here. If we apply, then we get ABC, that is equal to 4 plus 2 into x, that 2 into 2 plus t is equal to 4. So that is equal to, so from here we get the area of the triangle ABC is equal to, we get 12 square units, and that is the answer. Okay, so we are just it is just 10:30 and we are done. So we are done, but two questions left for part B, part 2 of mathematics, that we can continue in our next class. So I am going to request you, can we have a class tomorrow so that we can have start physics as well, as we have missed couple of classes in the last couple of weeks. So I request, if we can have a class tomorrow, you can let me know your opinion in our WhatsApp group, and if majority of you are saying yes, then I will have a class tomorrow. And as you know, all the classes are recorded, so those who are not able to, few students, if they are not able to make tomorrow, they can go through the video lectures, and if they have any question, they can always approach me later and we'll have one session. Okay, so with this I would like to conclude the session for today, and you can work on that question 2 and question 3. I already sent the question paper earlier, so you can have a look into these two questions and do send me your solution if you wish. With this I am done. If you have any question, please do let me know. Otherwise we will continue in our next session.
Uh,
Yeah, I hope someone is asking a question. Please proceed.
Can you go back to the previous question, because I just wanted you to explain one part again.
Absolutely. Just give me a minute. I hope you are asking about this question.
Yeah, the previous one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
From the ratio of areas of two triangles, that concept you said, from there, can you explain it again?
Yeah.
X by 1 is equal to BO by OE, that part.
Oh, okay. So what is that? The ratio of the areas of the two triangles having equal altitudes, okay, is the same as the ratio of their respective bases. What is meant by that? If you look into what is x by 1, x is what? X is the area of the triangle OBD, and 1 is, what is the 1? 1 is the area of the triangle ODE. Now, if we need to consider x as a base, okay, sorry, x as the altitude, then which one has to be base? In the triangle OBD, if we need to consider x as the you know uh, same altitude, then which has to be base? Okay, so if we consider x as the base, then which one has to be altitude? Altitude has to be a perpendicular from D to BO, correct or not?
Yeah.
Correct. Now,
Yeah.
similarly, that BO, and similarly it has to be OE for the other one. Na? This has to be base, correct? So that
Hmm.
you have the altitude BO, correct?
Yeah.
So just I do understand, yeah, because if you know this theory uh, new, then you need to do little bit of practice, then you'll get it. Hmm. And if you have any doubt also, you let me know. But is it clear now?
Yeah, but not exactly.
Tell me, where is the doubt? So what I'm telling is that if you look into the triangle OBD, the ratio of areas of two triangles. So ratio of, what are the ratios here? X is one ratio, X is 1, X is to 1 is a ratio. Having equal
Yes.
altitudes, how we can have equal altitudes? Have the equality is the same as the ratio of their respective bases. Now if I consider BO as the base, what will be the altitude? Altitude will be a line. Okay, so BO as the base for the triangle OBD. Then OE is the base for the triangle, you know, OD. Let me draw, then it will be clear. Let me draw in a separate, color. Okay. Look at here. In the triangle OBD, if we consider X as the, if we consider BO as the base, then this is going to be, sorry, just a minute. This is going to be the altitude, correct? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we consider the other triangle ODE, and if we consider that OE as the base, then this is also going to be the altitude, na? Half into base into altitude. If this is the base in the triangle DOE, if we consider OE as the base, okay, then what will be the altitude? It is the same altitude, isn't it? Just
Yeah, yeah.
that. This is O, this is E, and this is D. Correct. Now, if we consider OE as the base, what will be the altitude? Altitude will be this one, this perpendicular. Sorry.
Hmm.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
So that is the one. So a similar thing we have applied there as well.
The ADE by ABC.
TX. Then you also find T by X. T is what? T is the area of the triangle OBC. As OBC, if we consider BO as the base, then what will be the altitude? Altitude has to be EC. That is the perpendicular, na? And
Hmm.
similarly, for X is that OEC. If we consider the base as OE, then EC also has to be the altitude.
Yeah.
Correct. Is this completely clear now, or you have any doubt?
It's clear now.
Okay.
And can you explain ADE by ABC again, that part?
Yeah, so that is coming from that, our class 10 knowledge of
Huh.
a ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of the squares of their corresponding sides. Look into the
Okay.
triangle ADE. What is the area? 3. Okay, that is coming later. So what is ADE and ABC? These two triangles are similar. That you have clear, right? That is clear, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then in the triangle ADE, if we consider a side called DE, then in the triangle ABC, the corresponding side should be BC.
Hmm.
So there is a formula which is coming from our knowledge of class 10. It says that in case we have two similar triangles, then the ratio of their areas is equal to the squares of the ratios of their corresponding sides. So in the triangle ADE and ABC, the corresponding sides are DE and BC respectively. Now as these two triangles are similar, so the area of the triangle ADE by area of the triangle ABC should be equal to DE square by BC square.
Yeah.
Now in a similar way, if we look into the triangle ODE and OBC, these two triangles are similar triangles. And some other student actually was telling they are congruent, but not. They are similar. So by looking into the configuration, you can really easily conclude they cannot be congruent. Now if we consider the triangle OBC, one side is BC, then the corresponding sides in the triangle ODE should be DE. Now as the triangles OBC and ODE are congruent to each other, sorry, similar to each other, then you can say the area of the triangle ODE by area of the triangle OBC is equal to DE square by BC square. So what we conclude? We conclude that area of the triangle ADE by area of the triangle ABC is equal to the area of the triangle ODE by area of the triangle OBC. Now area of the triangle ADE is 3 units and area of the triangle ABC we derived as 4 plus 2x plus t, and that is equal to area of the triangle ODE, which is given as 1 square unit, and divided by area of the triangle OBC, which is given as t square units. Now if you simplify these two, you are going to get the value as t is equal to x plus 2. Now in the previous step, we have, in the previous equation, we have derived t is equal to x square, and then you simplify. Is it clear? Absolutely clear. If it is not, I can repeat. I can explain once more. No problem. Huh?
It's clear. It's clear. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. No issue, no hesitation. Anytime. Next also, if you have any doubt in any of the previous questions, never hesitate.
Sure. Thank you.
If you have any more questions, anyone, please do let me know. And otherwise, we can meet in our next class.
Sir, do we have only objective or subjective questions also in
Okay. No,
KVPY?
the point is that KVPY as a over a period of time, it was mixture of objective and subjective, but as time goes by, it has become completely objective. But we should not be bothered about whether it is descriptive or objective. Uh, we should only bother about how to solve the question, because all of a sudden if you get descriptive question, because there is no hard and fast rule given by KVPY that it has to be always objective. Okay, but then also you should be comfortable. But in case of this is a descriptive question, your task should be only to find the value. You will write the value as 12, that is the answer, right? So you should write 12 as the answer. But how you are deriving 12, that is not the point of consideration. You need to do in your rough work, and then you need to write, because it is going to be online, and then you need to write this as 12. Did you get the answer to your question?
Yes, sir. And what about the use of calculators?
No, you are not supposed to use calculator.
Okay.
As of now, you are not supposed to, but this as a generic statement, these are not to be worried about at all, because if you are given a calculator, then the rest of the students also given calculator. If you are not given calculator, then rest of the students are not access to the same. So the point is that as it is a kind of a scholarship entrance test, so it is an equal opportunity to everyone. But by the way, calculator is not provided. But if in your time, if you see calculator is provided also, as like the previous question, there is no hard and fast rule whether the calculator will be provided or not. But the point is that you need to be prepared for without calculator. That will be my suggestion.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So fine then. With this, I'm going to conclude the today's session, and thank you very much. In case you have any question, please ask me offline. Huh? Thank you. Thank you, Akanksha. Thank you, Vaishnavi.